Hey, what's going on YouTube? Um, well, I'm just gonna say it like this. That was a rough week in football, especially for me. If you haven't been paying attention, welcome back to the channel. I'm just over here trying to figure out what I did wrong, the adjustments as far as my power rankings is concerned, and trying to take things from there. So one of the things that we can take out of that week one was it was an upset week. A bunch of upsets happened. None of the favorites really came out on top. There was a couple ones I did predict. As far as I did like the Vikings against Green Bay. I did like the Steelers. The Steelers barely won that, and that actually is the one bet that kind of saved me. Also, looking at the couple of injuries. Let's start with the number one game as far as Buffalo and the Rams. So turns out the Rams center was hurt because after that game, now you had the center. He's going to be out for 2 to 4 weeks. So he was playing on an injury. And that might have been one of the reasons, especially with Matthew Stafford not really having enough chemistry as far as with Allen Robinson and with his receivers. I mean, obviously it was just a Cup and Higsby game, but with that lack of chemistry and with the lack of reps, him going into it, it affected him. Same thing with the Bengals. I mean, the Bengals just got outplayed that game, but they were still in it. I was impressed that they made it a 3-point game. I mean, the Bengals was just knocking on the door the whole way. It was more so the Pittsburgh offense really couldn't move the ball the way they wanted to. Also, another key injury is the Steelers. They lost their center too. I think their center is going to be out. Um, just looking at that, Najee, they said his foot was okay. TJ Watt, they said he is going to be back. His injury may not be as severe as they thought. Also, the Dallas Cowboys lost Dak Prescott, which is going to be very interesting with an already depleted wide receiver core. I mean, you need to jump on that Bengals right away. I seen that number go up to 7. But looking at that, let's go ahead and what are the other? Oh yeah, Giants won. A bunch of upset. It was an upset week, and yeah, it kind of hit me hard. I'm not gonna lie, I'm down. Actually, let's go to, what I'm looking at. So here are all the games I bet on: Denver, Saints, Arizona, Raiders, Patriots. None of them panned out. But if you actually look over here as far as games, and again, these are all the fun bets as far as the 12 game, 11 games. Now the 2 game teasers and the what was it, the round robins, I was taking those a little more serious. So I mean, if you want to add that in there, no problem, but I just added everything up, and so far I'm only down $129. So the gains I made, what, 402 off of the 2 wins, off of the preseason game where I first started, right? And I already deducted the 15 out of the whole outcome. So these are two separate. The Steelers, I had the $100 bet. Together it would have been $190 I would have got back, and the $88 for 255. These games actually really kept me in it. And again, I just factored everything in, all the entertainment bets as far as me getting paid and just having you know entertainment bets for the week. I just do those in there as well. And with everything said, it's $129 difference. Again, 400 for the wins, 200 as far as the money that was returned, the wager, and I received back because I won. And then now you had the total of 729 with a difference of $129. So I'm only down $129 with the return money, with the gains, and so far 129, which I'm surprised. I thought it was going to be a little more than that. And that just shows you that the bigger the odds, it may be worth taking those bets, the bigger odds. So here's what I have next week, this week coming up, should I say. As you can see, I have the Ravens. I did the same game parlay. I'm going to show you my parlay bets on my phone when I do get a chance. But that's 52.5 and one negative 1.5. I got them winning, and you see the prices right here as well. So I got the 7 again. I mean, I'm still gonna do my long shots. I like my long shots. That's entertainment for me, and that's what I want to do. Because again, you have to put yourself in a position to make a bunch. If everything is leaning on one game, I'm gonna hedge the heck out of that game. Also, talking about hedging, that game yesterday with the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks, we were on the right, like with all of these, except for the Patriots, they just got blown out. The Raiders, they couldn't get it going. The Arizona Cardinals got blown out, but the Saints, geez, they just didn't show up to play. I mean, geez, but the Denver Broncos, this is the one I'm really mad about because I had 2 bets on Denver. I had this one for 100, and I had another 2-legger right here. I was going to be for another 100, which would have actually brought me into the profit area as far as making profits. And Denver, I had them at a 0.5. If I would just gave them another half a point, I would have won this one. But the thing is, I did hedge that bet, and I'm going to show you guys after this video. I hedged that bet because I just had a feeling like with the way the week was going, and I only came out with this Patriots game, I was going to say, I'm going to let it ride. But something told me, nah. And they had a couple shots in the end zone where the tight end dropped the ball twice. One tight end just didn't get his feet down. And a bonehead decision by the head coach at the end of the game there without calling a timeout, trying to kick the longest field goal in history. I just didn't see the logic in that, and he just got out coached at that point. That's what a rookie head coach would do for you. That's his first time being a head coach, and I thought that was what's going to affect the Patriots, but it didn't. So here we go. Going back to it again, the 2-leg. Cincy, I got the Seahawks. I did a teaser. This was a 6-point teaser with the Seattle Seahawks, and I got them at like 12.5, which they covered. So I'm just looking at the Cincinnati Bengals right now without a Dak Prescott, with a depleted wide receiver core and that offensive line in trouble. I'm looking at the Bengals. I'm looking at the Bengals to win that one. And if they don't win that one, it's going to be like 1-13 for the Dallas Cowboys. But I don't see it. I don't see it happening without Dak, without a good wide receiver core. They're going to be leaning more on defense and running game. So again, the Bengals, if they could survive that outing against the Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm sure they're going to pick up this win, especially losing the last game. I'm sure they're going to pick up the win. They're going to be working extra hard just to get that win this week. And that's what I have. The 3-game round robin. Let me look it up on my phone real fast. Let me pull it up for you guys. Give me 1 second here. You know what? I think, let me see if I can pull it up. You know what? I'm just going to show you the video. I'm just going to pull out a screenshot of what I have and show you the video from there. I'm not going to log all back in right now, and then I show you the 5. And again, I mean, I like my teasers, I like my parlays, and I just reduced it. So looking at what I'm doing, I feel like I was on the right side of this number. I feel like I was on the right side of the Saints game. Maybe tease these down is probably what I should have did, and just trying to rate which games are going to hit to which games aren't going to hit. That's what I'm focusing on right now, and putting these games in the right position to give me money. Like this Minnesota, I should have did Minnesota and the Steelers. Those were the 2 games that I was like really high on, because if you would have looked at it, Lazard is out. I did like this Minnesota team, especially with Aaron Rodgers without really good wide receivers. And I did like this Steelers team. Should have put those 2 together. Also, I should have put what was the other game I had on here? The other game I had, it was I can't think at the moment. Oh, the over for the Eagles and the Denver. But oh, talking about that, just going into it, Houston actually played a lot better than expected. Tennessee Titans, they're a little worse than expected. I mean, Tennessee Titans is Tennessee Titans, and they lost by 1 to the Giants. Who else? Uh, Washington is a team to look after. The Bills, I'm high on the Bills. I mean, I'm looking at 10 points plus for the Bills. Even if you tease them down, I think that should be a good bet. And going into it, let's go into it. Who else? They're down. I put the Chargers. Oh yeah, the Chargers lost Keenan Allen again. Injuries is killing the Chargers at the moment, but I heard they did spread the ball around a lot, so that may help. The Ravens lost a couple of linemen. There's something to keep a note of. Um, who else? Miami looking good. Oh, the Patriots. They did have 2 defensive backs out. I should have looked at that. I kind of missed that one right here. I mean, I have the injuries right here. 2 corners out. Left tackle Lazard. As far as Green Bay is concerned. Oh, San Francisco. The number of injuries. Kittle was out. Kittle. So the tight end was out. And that is one of the reasons why they lost. I mean, I didn't want to make a bet because I didn't know anything about Trey Lance. But, man, the injuries for this game hurt the 49ers. So where are they? I think they're still in the right position as far as the power rankings go. I'm going to probably put the Bengals over them because I was really impressed that the Bengals scored and stayed in that game after the performance Joe Burrow had. I'm more impressed that they pretty much almost came out with that game. I'm really impressed by that. So I think I'm off on the Bengals. I think I need to bring the Bengals up, and I'm had a feeling that they were going to take a step back. I don't think so. I think they are young enough where they can actually be an elite team, and they're looking elite after that performance. I was really impressed by their poise. Arizona Cardinals, again, D. Hopkins, I thought they were getting good value. I guess D. Hopkins is a bigger impact than I thought. Centers out for Pittsburgh. Tennessee needs some work. The Browns did what I thought the Browns was going to do. They only lost by 2. That was, again, that was a little gamble. Should have gave Carolina a little more points because, again, they were right next to each other in my power rankings. So losing by 2, I think I have them in the right spot. Again, the Cowboys is down, and looking at it, who we got? The Bears. I'm still gonna until the Bears actually beat somebody. They just beat a hurt 49ers team. So I mean, they're still last. The Seahawks actually did really good last night. Knowing Russell, knowing where his strengths are, they actually came out on top. And man, again, Russ, he did have his opportunities, just a little out of the reach of the wide receivers, out of the tight ends, fumbled at the goal line, caught the pass slipped. I mean, they had their opportunities to be up by 5, so I feel like I was on the right number with Denver. Even though they didn't come through, I still feel like that was the right call. So I'm not going to change that. Falcons did a lot better than I expected, but again, that's a division opponent. And that's all I have. Jacksonville Jaguars, I'm not sure what to say. I think they're at the right position, and I did move the Dallas Cowboys down. So with that being said, I'm only down 100 and almost 130 bucks after everything's been said. And let's see if this week is a little more profitable. Hopefully, I adjusted these as best as possible, and I'm just going to try to, tough it out. But appreciate you guys watching. I'll put out the video after I make this one, after I put out this one. Like, subscribe, share. Most importantly, bet wisely, guys. It's still early in the season. That's just for week 1. It was an upset week. There's nothing we can really do about that, but just go back, hunker down, relook at our numbers, try to redo our power rankings as best as possible, and take it from there. All right. Later. Oh, I'm going to have to adjust this one. I'm probably going to have to bring them down. But thanks for watching.